We'll see on Amazonia.
Yes, the game is about to start. WFZ with a back against the wall. He's only one map away from being eliminated from the tournament, and that is only in loser bracket round 2. It would be very disappointing for him because he did so good, but he the human race is a big threat to the undead. He did so well against Orc, he did so well against Night Elf, but he doesn't find a way against the human race. So let's see what's in his pocket now.
Yeah, the undead seem to be kind of frustrated with humans at the moment. Cheshi told us this, Fanta told us this, and it's been kind of the common theme of a lot of undeads over the past few months actually, or maybe even years. Especially those top tier Chinese human players which just seem to be on another level. Very creative, very versatile, and correct decision making. When to attack, when to defend. Alright, Amazonia, yesterday we saw Archmage. I think we're gonna see it again because I feel at the very least, I mean I'm no human, but Mountain King, it's tough to creep in the early game. I believe the Water Elemental deals with those creep spots better. And the way I feel it, he needs a good early game to make sure he doesn't get crushed before the late game. As long as his early game is solid, and his mid game as well, he can get to the late game, and I feel that's when TH has the advantage, maybe because of his race.
Okay, same opening strategies here. WFZ is going for the DK, and TH is going for the Archmage. Of course, he's doing these creep camps first, the laboratory and the green spot right next to it to get a very early level 2, and the Brilliance Aura, of course, to get some more water elementals and be able to creep faster. But he's securing his base already. The base is closed, and there comes the first tower. So what you think? What is WFZ going to do? The Fiend push again?
I hope he's going to do the tier 2 push with Slaughter, Meat Wagons and Zeppelin. Because it's very easy to get your Zeppelin right here. And normally, Infi, at least yesterday, did never ever creep the mercenary camp, so there were no reinforcements in the form of Ogre Mauler or Troll Berserker, because it's just kind of far away from the main base, so militia support is tough to come by over there. Of course, the Goblin Lab is very easy to creep, and that's what we see right here, and it's a Ring of Protection +2, which is not the greatest. And again, WFC, fairly creative scouting, creeping in the early game with his TED build order, which has been true to this entire tournament, I feel. Also scouting Acolyte with him, probably gonna head over to the expansion fairly soon to get the timing.
That's okay, a few more hit points for the DK here, but the Archmage got the same item and the Ring of Protection. Now, does he pull the Militia? This looks weird, but no Militia yet for TH, so no immediate expansion.
And WFC just scouted this. He sees there's no immediate expansion creep. By the way, nice deny of the Acolyte towards the creeps. But now the creep is coming, the militia is coming towards the expansion, and he sniffs it out. He's coming with his DK, but he unfortunately, excuse me, took quite a bit of damage on his first hero. Maybe not the perfect creeping he pulled off right there. And now he's gonna try to deal as much damage as he can. The first two mud golems have been killed. Maybe trying to go for a last hit on the Water Elemental. Gets it, well done. With Frostmourne, which is always hungry, as we know. And he's TH is doing a good job of trying to keep the DK away. And look at all this militia. He pulled so much to make sure he can do this spot without any real interference. That's way more than 5.
Level 3 for the Archmage. What I'm the big potion of invulnerability. Huge luck for TH here.
By the way, the peasants are retreating back into his main, all apart from one, which is going to create a tower. Alright,
yeah,
he has no
lumber.
Oh, maybe he pulled, though he pulled too many peasants. He has no lumber for an expansion. That's a very uncharacteristic mistake by TH. We saw for a second right there he had too many peasants in the gold mine. Maybe it was the case for a minute or something, and that fucked up his lumber production. And now he's scouting this with skeletons. He's like, what the hell is going on here? There's just one tower, there's one peasant. What the hell are you doing? Are you trying to trick me? Are you trying to be cocky because you won the first game? Interesting to see how WFC is going to react to this, and especially now, since the towers and expansion is so late, I feel a tier 2 push with wagons would be very potent.
Yeah, he needs to be careful now that TH is not able to push again the upcoming slaughterhouses. So he needs to be more defensive now, wait for his Lich, wait for the first units of the slaughterhouse and then push again, but he's going for the expansion, I think, now.
There's the expansion at this very second.
Yeah, very late.
And TH is trying to head over to the main base of the Undead. He may be able to cancel the tower right here. It's not upgraded yet, and he sees it immediately. How far along is the upgrade of the tower? We don't see it right away. And he does get the cancel, I do believe. Yes, he does. Perfect timing by WC. And actually a bit of a mistake by TH to not be scouting with one footman in the middle of the map to see that attack coming. I mean, he only lost one tower, but that can definitely make a difference, especially with Lich and Slaughterhouse with statues soon to come, because his Slaughterhouse was not cancelled this time. By the way, is he taking to tier 3? Yes, he is.
Immediately, here comes the Lich, so he's going for the destroyer push once again. And that will be so huge because there's no towers here.
It is all delayed. What's WC probably expecting a creep right there of the human, taking a bit of damage.
Can he pull the creeps to the expansion?
No, there's no aggro there, so that shouldn't work.
But he forced the Archmage to portal back.
Yeah, so he absolutely was able to thwart all aggression coming towards his main base. Lich is now there and Slaughterhouse should be on its way. But he also didn't deal too much damage. He cancelled one tower, that's nice, and the expansion was delayed significantly, but that was kind of TH's fault, which is, as we said before, very, very rare. Maybe nerfs showing, even though he was up 1-0, I don't know. Now he's being creepjacked by the human, but of course no Mountain King here, no bolt, so nothing too threatening. Is the Slaughterhouse up already?
No, not yet. But
it's basically
a couple
up.
of seconds.
And look at the positioning of it. He kept some space all the way in the back. He does not want to have it delayed, and he is not having it delayed this game. Of course, very good for him. Now it's gonna be he's gonna be forced to defend his main base. That's of course very easy with a narrow tower and 4 fiends and a Lich. Only thing he must be careful of is not get his DK surrounded. That would be a shame.
Yeah, but there's no Mountain King, so he should be able to take care of this. Of course, you never want to fight an undead base because you have no HP regeneration there, and the undead HP regeneration is very, very high. I think he's going for the Archmage now, trapping it here back inside the base. He may have to use his potion of invulnerability, but here a little exodus of the Acolytes, and the DK has to retreat, but the Lich is still there. No Nova being thrown yet.
I don't think he can afford to use his staff. Well, invulnerability right now.
Yeah,
DK is getting blocked, but his regen should be enough to not die right here. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if he's also an Acolyte yet. No, in fact, all Acolytes are still alive. That's very good. The footman with defender can tank quite a bit. His invulnerability has been used, as we said before, and the Lich is kind of blocking itself, not dealing too much damage, which is a shame. Now the Death Knight needs to be careful. Microsophine back well and in time. The Archmage is healing up all in the meanwhile with the Scroll of Regeneration. I feel like WC is not microing his best right here, kind of blocking himself a lot of the time. But the Lich is now level 2, which is an important level, getting closer to level 3. And he's losing a lot of footmen right here. They're of course not going to be the best and most useful later on, but for the mid-game they're still kind of good with defense. And now all TH has left back here is his Archmage, and he will also have to TP and probably get another TP after that. So he did lose a lot of resources back here. He interrupted mining by a lot and also slowed down a possible push. But do you think it was really worth it? Well, he can staff home, so he's not losing the TP.
Well, there's only 2 Acolytes left here. Let's take a look at the goal of the gold mines. 8,000 gold for WFZ, and here it's 7,300. So this push was worth 700 gold almost.
Yeah, so I guess that does make it worth it. And he, of course, did get a lot of time to get up towers in his expansion and probably also in his main base. WFZ is missing a ziggurat right here. Let's hope he realizes it soon enough, so he can go to 50 supply. There's a Zeppelin for TH, and I believe this is where the harassment really starts. Yeah, that's just what he's been waiting for. Just keep on buying time, keep on buying time. Maybe a third hero. He's waiting at the tavern. No. Or, no, that's an illusion.
We all know that Moon is the master of the Zeppelin micro, but TH is maybe even better. In the top 100 replays of all time, he shows how you are using the Zeppelin in a perfect way, and I think it was exactly on this map. He's dropping now again, exodus of the Acolytes, and no gold income once again for WFZ.
And he's also losing his 50 supply ziggurat. Not using his his duels quite yet to defend. By the way, he had to sacrifice a Fiend. He was not microing it very well, I believe. It was only Militia defending right there, so that should not have been that difficult to deal with. But with 1 Destroyer, 3 Ghouls and an Orb on the DK, he will definitely be able to defend this. Now TP home from the Archmage. Will he be able to kill the Lich again? Is the Mountain King out? No, it doesn't look like it. But the Lich should be fast enough to make for a safe retreat with his Fiends in tow. And this is reminding of us. This game is reminding us of yesterday against Infi, but it doesn't seem like WFZ is dealing quite the same amount of damage, is it?
Yeah, I think so too. Yesterday against Infi was probably the best undead versus human early game we've seen in years, and now he's trying to kill the towers again, but he doesn't really do damage to the expansion, which TA did to his acolytes. He killed 3 and he stole a lot of mining time from them, and in the meantime his expansion is up and running, very secure with lots of towers, and I think TH is going for the harassment again, probably with a Tavern Hero second.
That's pretty weird. I mean, one of the big strengths of human late game is the Mountain King Paladin combo. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be the best choice. That's a Paladin second?
Yeah.
Do we have a Mountain King already?
No.
I believe he's feeling very, very pressured right here to get the healing before the damage in Paladin as opposed to Mountain King. Level 3 now for the Lich, very important. He wants to go for a lot of AoE, for a lot of damage against the peasants. So that level obviously of great importance. Now, once again, like yesterday, every now and then it seems like he doesn't know where he's exactly supposed to go. But I mean, it's WFC, so probably he does know, just it's me misinterpreting things. He's heading towards his own expansion now. He's also creating one more Acolyte, the 6th one, so that might be for an expansion. He didn't try it yesterday against Infi. We talked about it. Maybe he should have gone for one. Maybe he tried for one. Let's see if he's gonna do that this time, but it's immediately scouted out by TH, who's probably expecting a possible expansion attempt to come.
Yeah, we see the Griffin Aviaries once again, so the nice mixture of the Hawks to disable the Black Citadel and the Nerubian Towers, and the damage of the Griffins is coming into play pretty soon. Tier 3 tech is done, and then we'll see the Mountain King, we'll see the Staffs, and we'll see the Griffins, so it's getting pretty hard for WFZ right here.
It's still... how much money does TH have? Oh, 1,000 already. But he's still at 38 supply, so that's still only about 50 supply for him, with all the money counted in already. And there's the Paladin 3rd, the Mountain King, excuse me. So it's gonna take some time for him to level up to level 3 to become really dangerous. Level 2, however, already for the Paladin, also very important for the Divine Shield. And yes, we do see an expansion. He did not try to go for this yesterday. He is trying to go for it today. By the way, Amazonia, the expansions have 25,000 gold in them, so they last forever. So either, I believe, you have to kill the opponent's expansion or you have to expand yourself. And of course, expanding very, very hard for Undead.
Yeah, you have to spend a lot of resources on it. You have to build the Necropolis, you have to build the Haunted Gold Mine, you have to build like 2 or 3 towers to defend it. That's more than 1,000 gold, I think.
I mean, humans also invest a lot into their expansions. The thing is, though, with Undead, it's pretty easy to kill the Acolytes and interrupt gold mining. By the way, Archmage in a little bit of trouble, but yeah, he has enough HP to run away. And you only always have 5 Acolytes, so as soon as they die, you lose a lot of mining time, whereas there's always a lot of peasants, more than just 5 in an expansion. So that's one of the disadvantages, but there's of course a lot more. Another one is that you can just build 2 or 3 tanks, and the Undead will be forced to react with quite a bit to deal with them. So you have a cheap way of distracting him and taking, in the meantime, advantage of the map. Maybe you should get 1 or 2, or maybe even 3 meat wagons, if that should occur, but that's also 12 supply, and you're probably gonna need a Zeppelin with that so they don't get killed easily, so that's a lot of investment. WFC is trying to go for it, however. By the way, it's 20,000 gold, not 25,000, excuse me. I'm interested to see this. I think WFC yesterday, he played his best. I think he believed that. He saw it as well, and he was like, alright, I played my best. Basically, it wasn't enough. I think I should mix things up. And that's what he's doing right here. It's going to be really exciting to see if it's going to work. We don't see it happen often at all. And it's going to be a new game from here on out.
Definitely. Bell of Giant Strength for the Undead. It's okay against the the hero focus, but here comes the first Griffin and the Hawk again. He has to use Web. Yeah, very well done here. He is able to kill the Hawk and he is able to kill the Griffin.
That's 400 gold roundabout there. Actually a little more, so that's a nice pick-off. TH being a little bit greedy, trying to disrupt the expansion, deal damage, and he was too slow to run away from the Web and the Nova of the Lich. And so far he's not... and there come two workshops. And that's what Cheshi was talking about. He's gonna create siege engines, or tanks as we call them, to try to distract his opponent and probably at the same time apply pressure with his main army somewhere else. Now a creepjack, WFZ of course with a far superior army at the moment. Look at this boat, it basically does nothing at level 1.
But here's the Archmage harassing the expansion, only one destroyer dealing with it. Is he able to pick something up? Just the footman, that's worth like nothing at this state of the game.
Exactly, right now footmen are fairly useless. And well, this is what we see. Acolytes are being picked off left and right. And they just come out so slowly, and you also have so few of them. Probably a staff of teleportation coming right now. I like this pickup, this item pickup, because it's a lot about mobility in this game, it feels to me. And a staff with a 90-second cooldown, only 150 gold. Very, very good for transporting your heroes all over the map.
Okay, so he has 2 acolytes up and he builds more and more towers to protect his expansion. Dark Ranger third now to deal with that huge, powerful triple hero combo of the human.
Can be amazing if you catch the Paladin out in a bad position, start focusing him and silence him before he gets his Divine Shield off. And if you then kill him, the fight becomes a lot easier for you.
TH is on 2,600 gold right now. He's still in no upkeep. And he's going for tanks and gyrocopters right now, and probably the Panda would have been the better third hero decision.
But he has the economy to maybe get 3 gargoyles, but that's far-fetched. By the way, Banshees, anti-magic shell.
Really
so the
nice.
strategy I talked about before, which doesn't seem to be working off, and he's going for it. He's trying out if he can make it work, and I guess if someone can make it work, it's him. By the way, level 5 right now for the DK. It's gonna be significant hero nukage coming in a second, and that's why he's immediately TPing out. Not gonna get that Griffin either. But also didn't lose anything, just exchanging TPs, but here we go. Yeah, tanks incoming.
Very well done by TH, forcing the town portal into the main base, so he has to walk a long road to defend this expansion here. But one tower is almost up, and mass repair from the Acolyte. When the Lich arrives and he applies the Orb of Corruption, then he can deal with it.
And that's also a thing about the weakness of human unit expansion. When you have to repair like this a lot against tanks, as I said before, you only have 5 Acolytes there, not like lumber peasants, so you lose all your gold income in that time you're repairing, so you're not getting anything out of it. So whereas the human, if he has lumber peasants there, he can repair with the lumber peasants and still keep mining with remaining ones.
TH is going for 100 food.
He's a lot of gold, and that's a lot of gyrocopters coming in, but actually that's not gonna be too useful against fiends and banshees. I think he's doing a bit of a wrong unit composition here. By the way, important item, this might be Cloak of Flames. Absolute shit. The Brilliance Aura, the Cutgast Pipe of Insight was the dream item right there, and Cloak of Flames that's just a bit of gold. And that's also something annoying that the human can do, just use your Divine Shield, that's 15 seconds of invulnerability. After that you staff home. I believe WFC should get a Zeppelin right here, so he can load in his Acolytes to save him. And now, as we said before, this split push style, kind of reminiscent of Dota, is starting from the human, with both that are still very weak. But I think WFC should be easily able to actually fight right here. He's being a little hesitant. Well, that's in fact quite a few flying machines, but only one destroyer there, so I guess he will be sacrificing that without too much of a problem. Fiends in front are taking a lot of damage. Nice double silence, by the way, onto 2 heroes of the human. But the Banshees are also pretty well countered with the fragmentation shards from the mortar teams.
Definitely, but he was able to take out all the Griffin. Huge experience here for WFZ, but there are Knights into play right now, and he doesn't have any heavy air, no destroyers, no frostworms, only dealing with the Fiends now. And as we said, the mortar team very good. He's nuking on the Mountain King, and he is level 2, swaps over the town portal, and he saves his third hero.
That was so close. The Holy Light came just in the nick of time. WFC is at 51 supply with basically no gold to work with. What's this? Yeah.
It's very interesting that WFC is not building any more destroyers because he's not able to deal with this huge amount of gyrocopters.
And the thing is, though, gyrocopters, once there's no air, they're useless. So maybe he just wants to refrain from building any air units. He has a big hero level advantage, so maybe silence from the Dark Ranger against the Paladin can result in some hero kills, and trying to win that way and just ignore the gyrocopters. If you think about it that way, it's just dead supply. By the way, there's a lot of threat coming downwards. Is that militia support towards the top? Yep, that's militia support. And TH is trying to reinforce the position right here. Nice pickoff onto the mortar teams. Silence onto the Paladin. No healing coming in. And two mortar teams immediately dead. So right now the Banshees are in kind of safe territory. And like the anti-magic shell, one more coil to save the Fiend. And this is actually looking pretty well for WFC. Holy Light must come in a second. But I guess after that, the hero focus is going to come with Coil Nova. Or is it nice bolt on the DK? Delaying the focus. Heal onto the Dark Ranger with the coil. Staffed out was the Mountain King. That Fiend will die just like the statue did before, I do believe. Also, the Banshee is not having the best of times. But as we see here, the gyrocopters are not doing much. And, well, the heroes, that's what's keeping WC in this game, I do believe.
Definitely level 5 Lich now, but still a lot of mana, so he can use it. And TH, on the ground, he has no chance. We haven't seen possession yet. Immediately pick up of the mortar teams because they're dealing so much damage here. Nice use of the web once again. The Archmage and the Paladin very defensively positioned. And oh no, the DK is trapped!
He can just
and
stab.
He has no TP. Yeah, but there's a Mountain King, isn't there?
No, he's back at the base healing.
Okay.
But he just can run away also. So he's cancelling one of the towers. TH is trying to create a reinforced position that he can fall back to right here.
Yeah, exactly like Yumiko did against Fly.
That's precisely right. But of course the heroes have become strong and so have the units. Does he have any upgrades on his Fiends?
On his Fiends?
2-0, alright. And the Knights are also interesting to look at. 2-1. So both of them upgrading, of course, with expansions, with all the resources you have available to yourself. Upgrades are really potent. By the way, main gold mines have run dry or will run dry in a second here. So we're gonna be back to one mine again. So TH will not have the economy advantage for much longer. Well, he hasn't had it for quite a while. He does have the supply lead right now, but his hero levels are, well, worse than those of the undead, but he will catch up soon with 5-5 probably soon to come. Bolt immediately onto the Lich, but not taking any damage because of this fantastic anti-magic shell. He's tanking quite a bit in front. Oh, possession onto one knight being used already, and it's gonna not get stolen, gets bolted or bashed, I'm not quite sure. He has two more Banshees, but the question is if they have enough mana. Scroll of the Beast used right here, and this is a lot of damage output added to the undead army. Possession being used again. I think this knight is not going to be stolen. Very nice overview of the human right here, stunning all the Banshees. But I mean, even if they use it, the stuns will not fly onto the heroes. By the way, DK needs to be careful, needs to retreat. He's going to hit level 6 pretty soon. Well, it's gonna still take some time. One more Abomination to join the fray. And these knights are just so tough to deal with. By the way, DK, be careful. He needs an anti-magic shell. Maybe no mana on the Banshees. I'm not sure. Gets one anti-magic shell right here.
WFC is very close of being eliminated from this tournament here. Huge performance by TH. The Abominations can't do shit against it. But the Acolytes here are coming now. And he will pick up this knight. It was a great idea to use possession, but very, very nice awareness of TH to fight that off. And now the mortar teams could pick up this expansion. Now the Acolytes are desperately fighting against the Mountain King, but it's 64 supply and 300 gold for TH and 59 supply for WFZ. But how can he get rid of these towers?
Well, I don't think he has to get rid of them right now because they're not threatening any of his buildings and there's no mortar team standing inside them. Well, there's one coming right now.
There's one mortar team and I think he'll produce more.
And tanks also. That's gonna make things tough. But with 5-5, he should be able to snipe those mortar teams easily, especially with anti-magic shell protecting him against the nuke.
And if this game goes a lot longer, then the advantage is on WFZ's side because he has 6,000 more gold in his mine.
But what you have to consider, the 5-5-5 heroes of human will probably be stronger. Well, I'm not sure about that actually. If there was a blood mage, definitely. Yeah. But we have an archmage and he's not been too useful as of late. And WC is trying to pressure these towers a little bit. By the way, I love that he always has at least 2 statues, because he knows the heroes are key for him, and especially mana regeneration is what he needs, and it's of course also very good for the Banshees. Maybe he should try to get all of them to full mana, so that only one can be disrupted when using possession. Of course, knights can also be staffed then.
He's going for the towers now. Killing off one. Where's... No, okay. No, finish it, come on.
Just one hit. Not with the statue though, it's taking too much damage.
Oh, okay, the tower is down.
This is a really intense siege, and now comes the siege engine up at the top. Loses one Banshee right there, but just 155 gold, that's not too big of a deal. And he's driving towards the main base with the tank, and that's gonna be a lot of distraction, really annoying for WFC to deal with.
Yeah, and the mortar teams are back at here, shooting over the forest with the vision they have.
But because they're shooting, he does see him, so he should be able to just coil it and kill it from across the forest. He needs another shop, it's really important in these hero wars. Now he's venturing in very far, and the Archmage has to be really careful.
There's the Holy Light! No Holy Light!
He was silent!
He was silent! Amazing, but there's a surround on the DK! He has to use his portal! Is it enough? Is it enough? The DK! Oh! Holy shit!
How close was that? Just barely. The Paladin has fallen!
Amazing usage of silence here! The Dark Ranger is saving this game for WFC! He's picking off night after night now! No heroes left except the Mountain King, and he has to retreat as well!
And he's killed Bad, he's killed Clap, he doesn't have Bash, so he didn't get lucky! How close was that? Like 10 HP, Jesus Christ, my savior! Oh my god, just barely getting out there! I bet he's counting his lucky stars right now, and that may just be the turnaround of this game. Amazing what we're seeing right here.
WFC was out of the tournament with 1.5 lags, and here comes the Dark Ranger throwing the silence and the follow-up with Coil Nova. Absolutely insane hero nuking by the best undead player in the world.
I hope you guys just heard the roar right there when the DK got out, when the Archmage died, when the Paladin died, they went nuts. It's really, I'm getting goosebumps right here. It's an amazing game.
The Lich is very close to level 6, and he can use Death and Decay to all the towers.
There is a Mountain King, however, so it's not the means to everything, but I think this was TH's timing push. He does have 7,000 gold remaining, so that's a lot to work with, but I feel his strength is fading away.
I think so too. He's killing off everything here, and he has a little spot to creep, so he might get the Dark Ranger level up. Oh, thank God the Lich has 975 HP and he can tank a little.
I'm so glad to see a new strategy here with Fiends and Banshees
against human,
and it's actually working against such a great player. And what a game it is! Oh man,
TH is on 57 supply, but you have to think that all these Gyrocops are completely useless, and that's at least 15, 17 supply, and he's going for the Altar of Kings now.
I don't want to poo on your party, but it's actually 1 supply per Gyrocopter,
okay, so
it's 10 supply, but it's still significant, so he's basically below 50 supply. And what are the mortar teams doing? Mortar teams! Dude, micro! But also WFC not realizing the position right there. He could have easily Nova'd them, but also the damage onto the militia significant, and now level 6 for the Lich. And a bolt onto the DK, but I don't think he should die here. Oh no.
Silence again! Nice staff from the Paladin!
Just barely saving him, but now there's no MK, and he's at the fountain, at the keep, and he's just getting killed! Focus down! Paladin, only 1 remaining! But can he do this on his own?
GG by TH! What a performance of the undead player! This is how to beat human. Absolute perfect execution, and now in this game he had a second plan. His push failed, and then he went for the expansion himself, and that was key to the win. It's the winner bracket round 2, and it is up to the deciding game.
We're 1-1, and WFC takes the second game, and I'm so happy. You know, he's a player of great caliber, obviously, and he has the guts to kind of stray away from what he's been training most of the time, and he's thinking to himself, all right, I don't know that the way I've been playing is the best. God damn it, I need to try something else. And he does it, and it works. It was really close with the DKs around and the Staff of Insanity out of there. But it worked. From then on out, I think he knew, all right, that staff worked. I won the game, and that's how it was. TH had that one push with a reinforced position, and once he lost that, it was just basically game over with the useless gyrocopters. And wow, WFC, I'm amazed. I keep getting amazed by that guy.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
I have no